Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to day 20. We are 2/3 of the way through Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches and Scraptember 2021. And so far, I have been here every single day, as many of my friends have. There are quite a few of us, in addition, of course, to Christy, Katie and/or Jess from the Scrappy Sisters and Laura Alberts that are playing along every day. My lovely friend Crystal, who is always one of my partners in Scrap for all sorts of series. Ronnie Sue, Rebecca, JQ, Crafty Jackie is trying to play along every day, and I should not have started this, as Katie said in one of her videos, because I'm going to forget tons of people. So I'm just going to stop now and pop on down below, because all of their links will be there. Today's prompt for Scraptember is paper tearing, and I think that's the other thing. So far, I have also done, I've done both. I have done the sketches and the prompts, which was my intent. I may have sort of stretched the interpretation on the prompt once or twice, namely the cut file one on, I think, day 12, and maybe the 6x6 papers as well, where I used paper scraps from, I didn't quite know what size of papers, but to use them as strips in a philosophy that you would use 6x6. So I may have stretched the interpretation a couple of times, but I have gotten them here all the time. And oh yes, Adam is another one who is playing along every single day as well, which is so fun with his new YouTube channel, which is just awesome. I was looking at my flare. That reminded me of Adam, of course. So today's sketch is up in the corner, as it always is. I have flipped it because I wanted my photos to come down. There are 4 photos, and I guess they are probably, they're not 3x4s because they don't span the entire width, so they're probably something like maybe 2.5x3 or something like that. But I had not quite 4x4, but maybe 4x3.5 or something like that, photos that I wanted to get here, because of course, excuse me, when you're seeing this, the US Open just finished a little over a week ago, and you know I'm a crazy tennis fan. I love tennis, and our Canadian tennis players are really coming into their own over the last couple of years. We have a lovely, big, very renowned now tennis academy here in Montreal, which I think opened maybe about 8 or 9 years ago, and we are really starting to see some fantastic tennis players in the top 15. Chapeau is in the top 10. Bianca was 7 or 8. Now she's had a lot of injuries and hasn't been able to play. And our new darling star, Leila Fernandez, and that for me is even more fun because she lives and was raised in a town that is not even 20 kilometers away from me, between Montreal and where I am. So this is fun. Now, I'm not going to tell you what happened in the second weekend, how this all went, because this is just recording the end of week 1. It's always quite the thing when a player gets into week 2 of a Grand Slam. That means they've made it to the final 16 players. And for the very first time at the US Open ever, and maybe in a Grand Slam, I don't know, we had 3 Canadian players into the final 16 on the men's side, final 16 on the women's side. So on to week 2. And that's what I wanted to record with this layout. You can see here that I've got room for my journaling. So once I flipped the sketch the way I wanted, I stayed fairly true to it. The photos coming down the side. I've got a doily here for that lovely little circular piece. My title is exactly where it is. I just popped in a little multicolored tab here to be reminiscent and to bring back this stripe from the Simple Stories Family Fun paper down here, and a couple of arrows pointing to my photos. I've got my strips of paper. I have 2 torn elements because the embellishing that is sort of in this area I've done differently than the sketch, for sure. So that's where I've sort of gone in a different area. So I got 2 little torn pieces here, and I felt I needed to ink my edges on this one, but I didn't want to go too dark. My original idea was gray, and then I thought that just sort of was a little bit blah and flattened everything and didn't make anything stand out. I definitely did not want black. Navy, I found, was just a little too harsh and just too bold. So I went through my distress inks and I found my weathered wood, which is just sort of that perfect gray blue. So gray with a tint of blue, perfect. So I inked my white cardstock, and then I inked the background paper here, which is a Bello Boulevard Besties, and I inked my paper strips and the photo mat, which I did in the same paper as I tore here. So I got the strips down, my photos down. There's a little bit of tearing up here as well, just because it was already torn from me having torn this piece. So I just left it because I sort of like that little bit of detail. So then this is where I sort of then put the sketch aside and just went into the Simple Stories Family Fun, got some stickers, and I got some gorgeous Dottie About Flair Flairalicious pieces here. I got 3 on there, and then I put here games, the race is on, week 2, a blast, because they were clearly having a great time. And this young lady was so poised, and she was out there just having fun. She went into this tournament as number 73 in the world, and she is the first, oh no, I'm only going to tell you that next week at the end of week 2, because I will be giving something away. But she beat crazy records throughout this tournament. But she was just out there, fearless, having fun, doing her thing, and working the crowd. It was just amazing to see this young woman. She turned 19 during the tournament. In fact, I think she played on her 19th birthday. So, yay. Strike up the fun, loving the game. I think it's my turn. There we go. And it was their turn in week 1 for sure. 3 lovely flare pieces, as I've mentioned. And I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling here, which you will see when I do my share at the end of the month. So there you go, my dear friends. There is day 20 in the books. Please make sure you pop on down below and follow everybody, as I say every single day. Tag me on Facebook, on Instagram if you are playing along. Join the Facebook groups. There are 2, 30 Days of Sketches and Scraptember. They are linked down below as well, so that you can share your work with us and provide us a link to your video if we haven't got you in our very long list down there. And I will see you again tomorrow, my friends. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.